Good morning. Today is Purple Day. Because there's no such thing as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday anymore. You just have different days of the week. You've got Green Day, Purple Day, even got Gray Day. But you know what? Best day of the week? You know what the best day of the week is? Payday. And a lot of the case handler clients have been celebrating the best day of the week lately. We just wired out probably, Conrad, you'll verify this. We just wired out over $1 million to personal injury clients over the past couple of days.
I can verify that. It is true.
Yep. Normally we have the clients come in, we give them their check. They take a picture with that big check with smiles, and we hug it out and shake hands, and sometimes even shed a few tears after a big personal injury case is settled. Not the case anymore, and probably won't be the case for some time to come. So now we're wiring the money directly to the bank account of the client. And then they call us, of course, and thank us. But some big things have been happening these past few months for personal injury clients at PPID, and some big things happening for immigration clients as well. This show has been a huge success, to say the least. People have been calling in, getting their immigration questions answered for absolutely free. Some silly questions, some not so silly questions, but questions nonetheless that are being answered by real attorneys looking to give real solutions and trying to do their best to make sure you feel like family if you do have a case and need our services. My name is Adam Handler. I am the case handler. I'm with my partners here at Pollock, Isaac DeSico, talking about immigration, talking about personal injury, and you are officially now cruising with the case handler. Before we get started, if everybody would do me the favor and take our number down, dial it, let it ring, save it, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529 or 844-PPID-LAW, the phone number for excellent attorneys that are here to help you and treat your case like it's their most important case. Whether it's a personal injury case or an immigration case, we're here to help. We're here to spread the love, spread the knowledge, and of course, the information is 100%, no strings attached, free. Good morning, everybody. Let's see who we got on the panel today. We got David Squeezaniki, who's firing up the controls. We have Maestro, Conrad, the Maestro Pollock, the managing partner, tickling the ivories right now. Nelson, the Maverick Madrid. Nelson, can we get a high five, a flyby salute? There we go. Raising the coffee is enough. And of course, you may remember him from last Thursday's show. We call him the General because really nobody gets more done than this man, and nobody's been doing it longer than this man. Alan Kaye. Good morning, Alan, to you.
Good morning. How are you?
We're excellent. We can't wait to hear about some amazing experiences that you'll be able to share with the community, with the listeners, about some really tough cases that you were able to see through and bring to a successful result. So I think maybe we'll start off a little bit with immigration, and then we'll bounce back to personal injury. I'll fire up a true life success story for a wonderful day. The sun is shining, the weather is sweet, and to the rescue, here I am. Squeeze, wagwan, man.
Everything I got. Want to say welcome to Cruising with the Case Handler. Adam Handler, thanks for the wonderful introduction of Cruising with the Case Handler. Each and every single weekday at 8:30 a.m. right here on 93.5 WVIP FM, covering the tri-state area, northern New Jersey, southern Connecticut, and obviously all 5 boroughs. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, and yes, Nassau and Suffolk County. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's a panel of attorneys. And when I say a panel of attorneys, not just generic attorneys. I'm talking about not just real live attorneys. I'm talking about attorneys with experience and depth in the capacity of personal injury. Of course, you heard the top man himself, Adam Handler when it comes to personal injury, and obviously immigration. We've got managing partner Conrad Pollock. The maestro is coming up shortly. Adam introduced him. Also, we've got the Maverick, Nelson Madrid, top gunner. That's what I call him. If you ever have any issues when it comes to being arrested and now you're seeking immigration benefits, it's very important you speak with that man, that attorney, Nelson Madrid, aka the Maverick. And obviously, we've got the General. He is back. Okay. Last week we got schooled in immigration with a lot of knowledge. The General, okay, the man who has been in it for a while, the man who is respected at the Department of Homeland Security and throughout the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, that happens to be the attorney, of course, Alan Kaye. Alan E. Kaye, got to give him the respect, the General. And we're going to be talking a little bit about immigration, and then we're going to switch it to personal injury. We'll go back and forth. But as usual, I'll hand the reins over to the managing partner, Conrad Pollock. I always like for him to reiterate what's in immigration news, what's happening, because each and every single day, this is a fresh show. It's a new show. There are things that are already in place, and we have new listeners every time. Before I hand it over to him in 10 seconds, I would like to remind everyone that is watching us on Facebook, my page, David Squeezaniki, Adam's page, the Case Handler, PPID's page, Pollock, Isaac, and DeSico. Share the page in groups, on pages you manage, and on your timeline, and on your friends' timeline. Anyone who need information in the capacity of personal injury and immigration should definitely, absolutely tune into us. And of course, yeah, Adam, I had you pinned up there. Sorry about that. Okay. I know I'm not a white guy, so let me unpin. Okay.
I was watching myself. I don't listen. I don't love anybody more than myself. Well, that's not true. My wife and my kids. But second to them, I love myself. But I don't need to watch myself. I got such good-looking guys on this panel. Look at Alan Kaye. The man, I mean, always looks so put together. God.
Always. All right. He's got that attorney shirt on. You know, you see that shirt, you know he's an attorney. But let me hand it over to the maestro who jumped this all off with, of course, the keyboards. But he is truly an attorney with years of experience, 35 years to be exact. Conrad, welcome to the show, man. Bring us up to speed, up to date.
Welcome. Yes. Thanks, everybody. Good morning, everyone. Actually, you know, I was thinking about my years of experience. I actually have 36 years of experience. I was admitted to the bar in 1984, and I was working with my dad for a couple of years before that. So officially, I have 36 years of experience. So I just want to state that for the record here. All right. Of course, that pales in comparison to the General's level of experience, which I don't know. Alan, what is it, 50, 60 years? I forget.
I stopped counting at 40.
A true lady never tells her age.
Well, all right, but Alan's 40, my 36, and Nelson's 13. Excuse me, I don't have a calculator, but I think that's close to 90 years of experience between the three of us. That's pretty impressive, I would say, you know. But anyway, in fact, you know, it just comes to mind talking about Alan's experience, and you know, the thing that we always try to brag about in terms of the General and what Alan brings to the table at the firm. You know, perfect example. We just signed up a case a few days ago, and right up Alan's alley. He immediately, and this is a case involving somebody who did a case on their own, and the case has been languishing in immigration somewhere for the last couple of years. It's an adjustment of status based. Alan, you're nodding your head. You know where I'm going. Yeah. And the case has just been, who knows where it's been. Alan, what does he do? He goes into his little directory and he says, here is the director of the section in which that case should be. Sends a letter, sends an email, all right, yesterday. Before the end of the day, he had a response from that person, from the supervisor of the section saying, we're closed, but I got it. The minute we reopen, I'm on it, right? And that's unique, right? And I will say that again, I'm doing this for a long time myself. Nelson's doing it for a long time as well. Alan's doing it for longer. Few people out there in the immigration field have the level of expertise, and have the contacts and who to go to, where to go with a particular problem. Few people have that ability to just go right to the source and get a response. And I am not making this up. This happened yesterday. Right? Few people out there have that ability, and that's what Alan brings to the table.
And Alan Alan is a practicing attorney. Again, he's not just sitting behind his desk making phone calls. This man carries his own bag. There's been times where it's been the dead of winter, pitch black at 4:45 in the afternoon. He's coming back to the office. And I feel like almost like I need to be carrying his stuff for him. And he does it. He chugs away, plugs away, practicing attorneys at our firm.
Well, Adam, excuse me, I bring this up because, again, we're getting a million calls. I mean, every day. In fact, the phone's ringing right now. We're getting so many calls, and a lot of them, I don't know about a majority, but I'd say half, Nelson, back me up here. I'd say half of the calls we get are from people that have done their cases themselves. All right. So here is a perfect example of how we can help people like that. They call us. So frequently we have a situation where the person has done the case themselves and the case is languishing for months, for years. What can you do to help me? How can I get my case approved? How can I get my interview? Okay, we got the guy who can help you, right? That's obviously among various other aspects and what we bring to the table, the various attributes we have at the firm, but we can help in those situations. Not a lot of people can. We have that ability. So I just want to throw that out there. Maybe I'm belaboring the point, but that is a seriously major advantage to have at our firm that we have. And that's why Alan's been with us for the past 6 years.
Absolutely. Once again, folks, Alan, okay, EK, the general, the man who has the links, the connection with the respective departments when it comes to immigration. And we do appreciate that. So ladies and gentlemen, we want to remind you, with 3 attorneys on board here today, it is now time for you to start placing your immigration questions on Facebook, okay, in the comment section. Once again, join us on Facebook, the Case Handler page, PPID's page, David Squeezaniki's page. Place your questions there. Ladies and gentlemen, also remember, on 93.5 FM, if you're tuning in and you want to ask a question, yes, you can call 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Now, Nelson, I don't know if you want to say anything before I have Adam give us a true success story on the personal injury side. And then, of course, after that, we'll bring on the general, Alan E.K. All right?
Just for a minute or two, as Conrad pointed out, you could have someone's email address. And it's funny Conrad said that because many times I go to Alan and I say, Alan, there's a difference between Alan E.K. and Nelson Madrid. Can you please reach out to this person because they're not getting back to me? And Alan will reach out to them, and more often than not, he will get a response. So, I mean, again, we're a team. We all work together, and we feed off of each other. If there's one thing one person can do or, one person has it in, obviously we know who that person is. And again, we all work together. So, that's pretty much what you get when you come to PPID.
Absolutely. And once again, folks, the number for Pollock, Isaac, and DeSico, PPID, the law firm that is at 225 Broadway in New York City. And yes, personal injury, over 110 million US dollars settled by the case handler himself, Adam Handler. I'm quite sure you've been hearing the ads all over the station, even in the wee hours of the morning, throughout the day, okay? You can hear Adam's voice on the station. You hear him letting people know what it is that he's capable of, what he has done in the past 15 years in settling cases for his clients. He's truly the top man when it comes to you getting hurt in an accident. You need that personal injury attorney, and that's Adam Handler. And ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to immigration, hands down, I've got the most professional team here, the most experienced team to handle your immigration case. But what's important is not just getting the free consultation by calling 844-PPID-LAW. What's important is not just getting that free consultation by calling 844-774-3529. What's important is that you say to Nelson, you say to, of course, the General, Alan E.K., you say to Conrad, I want to retain you. I heard Squeeze and Adam speaking about you on the radio consistently. I need to ensure that you are handling my case. Hire them, retain them, work something out with them, but make sure that one firm and one firm only is handling your case, and that's PPID. Remember that name, PPID, PPID. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll come back later on. We'll answer some immigration questions by you placing them on Facebook at David Squeezaniki or the Case Handler or PPID's page, or by you calling 844-774-3529. But for now, we're going to flip it over to personal injury, get a true success story from the shark, AKA the case handler, the man who goes for the juggler when it comes to, of course, getting the maximum compensation, the money. Okay, people say, Squeeze, why do you get so excited about money? Do you know what it's like to get hurt and then going through that hurt with no money? You don't want that. Okay, we can't fix the hurt necessarily, but we can actually appease you with a higher settlement than most, if not all, attorneys out there. Make it the case handler to handle your personal injury case. And with that said, without further ado, it's time for the shark, AKA the case handler. Adam Handler, it's all yours.
Come, baby. Listen, you know, you gave me that nickname, the Shark. I was thinking about it the other day. I think I was like 27 years old when you gave me that nickname. That's how long we've been doing this together. Yep. I don't even think I was a father yet. When you're like, damn, this kid, you know, because we were working together and you were listening. We were promoting the other firm that I was with at the time, and you were hearing about these settlements. You're like, who is this guy? You know, this little kid walking in with multi-million-dollar checks on a weekly basis. And I'd like to think that even since then, I've become even more honed into my craft. So thank you for that introduction. Very, very quickly.
Sorry. Back there.
You know, civil system in the United States provides for one remedy only, and that's monetary compensation. Like you said, Squeeze, we can't take the pain away. We can't unbreak your arm. We can't, we can't unherniate a disc in your back, but we can provide you monetary compensation for your injuries, medical bills, time out of work. And that's, of course, what we do. We're on a great pace this year, even though we've been kind of sidetracked by not being able to work in the office. But, you know, we're over $12 million so far for personal injury cases. In fact, yesterday, this is news to report real quick, we settled a case for $1.8 million. Now, that was a case that was referred to us by another law firm that we work closely with. I do their trial work, and we brought that case in for a $1.8 million settlement. Now, why is that significant? First of all, that's $1.8 million tax-free to that client, a client of that firm that said, hey, listen, I think you can seal the deal on this. You can get more money on this case than we can. And that's exactly what I did for them. But that was the biggest, and I'm so excited for them, that was the biggest settlement in that firm's history. I found out yesterday that the $1.8 million was the biggest settlement in that firm's history. And that firm's been around for a while, and they are excellent attorneys, even nicer guys. So congratulations to them. I know they're listening. Job well done. And thank you for the courtesy of a referral. And I'm sure everybody out there can appreciate when another attorney refers you a case, that's pretty much the highest compliment you can be paid, right? When a doctor makes a referral to another doctor, or a lawyer makes another referral to a lawyer, you're basically saying, maybe you can do a better job than I can on this. Not necessarily always true. I think there's a lot of great lawyers out there, but we certainly stand by our results, and we're very appreciative for the confidence that they have in our firm. Real quick, I just wanted to share one story with everybody out there, and then I want to flip over to Alan because I know he's got a lot of interesting things to say. And here we are right here. This is a case in which we helped somebody recently, Veronica from the Bronx, not her real name. Whenever we get, the big money, they generally don't like their real name being used, and sometimes don't like it taking a picture with us.
Veronica is a good name.
Yeah, here's the case. Yeah,
that's a good name. And that's where I grew up, the Bronx. It says here, the case handler team did a great job. Adam Handler is the best in my opinion. He takes a real interest in you, and he's very caring. That's why I'm attached to him and his team for life. Wow. Hopefully your wife's not reading this.
Listen, she probably got a new bag out of this settlement.
No, but I understand where Veronica is coming from. So this is great. And she got a settlement of $96,680. Let's not forget the 680.
And I'll tell you why that's important, not to leave off that $680, because it shows you that we got every dollar we could out of this case. We didn't accept $95,000, $96,000. The maximum insurance was $100,000, right? She has a choice. She can, settle for, $96,680, which is the best number I was able to get. Or she can wait 2 years and go to trial for $100,000. She didn't want to wait. I certainly don't blame her for not wanting to hold out 2 years for the full 100. But I remember the insurance company said, "Oh, we'll pay you 90." I said, "No. I'll go down to 99,500." And she's like, "Oh, we'll go up to 93,000." I said, "I'll go down to 99,000." Finally, we whittled it down to 96,680. But literally, I remember at one point, I was fighting over $30. But I knew that Veronica from the Bronx had one chance to get it right, one chance at financial justice, one chance to make sure that everything was taken care of, that she needed to be taken care of in her one and only shot. We always say one chance, one choice of attorney, and it should be Adam Handler, the case handler. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share. Just a nice story and a sunny day. And like I said, I got to hear what Alan's got to say before we go to the top of the hour in a few minutes.
Absolutely. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard from the top personal injury attorney in the tri-state area, in my opinion, as to how he works. And he works like a family member of yours. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, remember to call this number, 844-774-3529. If you ever get hurt in an accident, you need one man, okay? Because you've got one chance, ladies and gentlemen, and one choice, truly, to make it the best when it comes to selecting a personal injury attorney. Make it the case handler, Adam Handler. He will be a shark on your case to ensure that you get the maximum compensation. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, remember the number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome. However, it is in your interest to go with the attorney, the case handler, to get the maximum compensation if and when you get hurt in an accident. There's that number that you call, 911, and then his number, 844-774-3529. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to talk immigration. We'll come back to personal injury later. And of course, this show is about personal injury and immigration each and every single weekday here at 8:30 a.m., Saturday, 7 p.m., Sundays, 12 noon. Let's jump right over to it. Mr. Alan Kaye, Mr. General, the General, how are you doing again today? And what are we talking about today before we jump to immigration questions?
We're going to talk about the case that Conrad talked about, which is kind of interesting. I have a past president of the American Immigration Lawyers Association, which now has 15,000 members. I have over 40 years experience doing immigration. I stopped counting at 40. The case that Conrad talked about is very interesting, and it relates to communication, which is one of my interests, communicating with immigration and other government agencies. In this particular case, the client retained us. He had filed his own case. He hadn't heard for years and years and years what was going on with this case. So I sent an email to the field office director handling his area where he lives out on Long Island. And I got an answer back immediately, which is really interesting. And the field office director said this: currently, the office is temporarily closed to the public. The staff is working from home, which is kind of interesting what they're doing now and when they're going to open. She says, I will have the case looked at when the officer is back in the office to pick up work, which is usually bi-weekly. So it was interesting. I got an answer right away, and she tells me that she's going to have somebody look at the case. And we sent a copy of this to the client. I'm sure he's happy about that. And I will follow up on this. But we were all very surprised that I got an answer really fast. I mean, I know this person because I go to meetings at immigration with all the field office directors and all the staff. But it was like really nice that I sent her an email. She sent me an email right away. And this case had been languishing for years. And so I'm sure the client is happy, and we will follow up on this. So it just gives you an idea about what's going on with immigration here, that this particular office, they were all working from home. They're closed to the public. They will be opening in the beginning of June, hopefully. And she says that I will have the case looked at when the officer is back in the office to pick up work. So we'll report to you again what happens on this case. But here I got an answer on a case that's been languishing because the client did it himself. It's a naturalization case, and We really want to find out what's holding it up and when he can get naturalized. So
Alan, I'm sorry, just to interject. It's not just an officer, it's the field office director.
Yes.
Okay.
yes,
David, the field office director is the person in charge of that office that he happened to contact. Okay. The big shot, the you can't go higher than the field office director.
The head guy.
The head guy.
Yeah. Unbelievable. And I want everyone that's listening to 93.5 FM and watching us on Facebook, and please on Facebook share us. I want for you to understand that what we're trying to say here is that we have an attorney that's on board at PPID, okay, that can pick up a phone or send an email and get a response expeditiously. That is extremely important, ladies and gentlemen. If you have an immigration case that is pending, it fell off the tracks, fell off the line, we don't know what's going on, we need answers. It is extremely important that you're working with a firm that has that link. And that's one of the things that we pride ourselves in here on this show, Cruising with the Case Handler, as we talk about personal injury and immigration.
Squeeze.
Yes.
Squeeze. The word is gravitas.
Gravitas.
Gravitas. That is the word. Google it, right? You'll see Alan's picture there.
Right? Listen, actually, I very quickly, Conrad, and I never told you this.
Number for me, Nelson, before we get to the top of the hour. We got 3 minutes.
It's 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. And just very quickly, you know, when I had first started practicing, Conrad, I never told you this, but I actually contacted, I think, an assistant field office director, and they responded. And their response was, "Who are you and how did you get my email address? Don't ever email me again."
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
that does not happen to the general. Alan Kaye. Does not happen.
No.
There's utmost respect for this attorney, ladies and gentlemen. And I want everyone out there right now, before we get to the top of the hour on 93.5 FM, okay, everyone, stop what you're doing. I don't care if you log off Facebook to dial this number. Everyone right now who is in need of immigration help, call this number. You are guaranteed a free consultation, something that I'm still in awe that Conrad and his partners decided to do. A 100% free phone consultation. Dial this number now. The number is 844-774-3529. As you switch to Facebook, dial the number 844-774-3529. Get a free consultation. If you get hurt in an accident, same number, same law firm. You get the case handler, 844-774-3529. We want for you to do something else for us. Everyone who believes in this show, everyone who believes in Squeeze for the past eon, since 1996, and the attorneys here, and Adam Handler. This number, 844-774-3529, text it to one person. I'm not even asking you to text it to 2. Text it to one person and say, store this number for a serious law firm, PPID. All right? When it comes to personal injury and immigration, you need that one number. Text it to someone. 844-774-3529, or email it to someone. 844-774-3529. You will need that number sometime in the future, ladies and gentlemen, because it's not just personal injury or immigration. They are truly a full-service law firm in New York City, serving New York City, and obviously serving New York and New Jersey, and obviously on a federal level, the entire United States when it comes to immigration. Once again, the number, 844-774-3529. Proven track record they have, speaking like Yoda in Star Wars. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. 844-774-3529. Get that number stored in your phone. Adam, we love this, man. We love it when the general is on, man. Love it, love it, love it. We have to salute the general. We're going to the top of the hour. Switch to Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. David Squeeze Anarchy, the case handler, our PPID, Pollock, Isaac, and Desico. Here you go. We are on.
You were this close to getting it in.
This close.
I want to hear more from Alan.
I really, truly want to hear more from Alan. I want to hear about the cases he has done, you know, And there's one individual on this team that gets more excited than anyone else when it comes to Alan, and that's Nelson. You can hear the passion in his voice, man. You know
what it is, David. I've been doing this for a while, and when Alan joined the firm, the cases we began to get were fact patterns I had never seen before. Mm-hmm. To me, obviously, I welcome a challenge, and I think that makes you a better attorney when you start doing different cases you hadn't, obviously, somebody, you've heard of a DWI. How's about a DWI while driving a boat? What are the immigration consequences of that? I've never had someone with a DWI driving a boat, and many, many other cases. And I think one of the reasons a lot of these people go to Alan is obviously because of his experience. But again, I think it makes everyone a better attorney. I think the cases are challenging, and we are successful at what we do. Again, we don't generally take cases that we believe we cannot actually help someone. So, I think working with Alan has made me a better attorney.
It's always, I'm a firm believer that we should always have a mentor. And that's what I see Alan has. Okay. And yeah, we may be showing his age, but it's always great to have a mentor. And
the guy is Obi-Wan Kenobi, man.
It always good to have someone within your camp or around you that adds more value to you. It's very, very important. And throughout my entire life, I've always said to my kids and other people, you always, if you are the smartest person in the room, you got a freaking problem. You understand what I'm saying? If you are the smartest person in the room, you got to surround yourself as you grow with people that can add value to you, add depth to you. So the general, once again, okay, let's hand the reins back to, of course, Alan Kaye that we're speaking about here. The number, once again, to reach out to him at is 844-774-3529 when it comes to immigration, 844-774-3529. We'll just, I just want to hear some more war stories from him, and then we'll jump to Adam, and then we'll get to some immigration questions, hopefully.
Okay. Now, as mentioned before, I'm a past president of the American Immigration Lawyers Association. There are about 15,000 immigration lawyers as part of AILA, AILA. And we exchange information across the country all the time. So one thing just came across my desk, which people may find interesting, because we all want to know when USCIS is going to open, when they're going to be doing naturalization ceremonies, when they're going to be doing swearing in. So this is something that's going on in LA, but it's interesting because it may happen very soon in New York. And so what's happening in LA is they're going to be conducting naturalization ceremonies, swearing in, June 27th and June 28th, with social distancing limitations as a priority. So they'll be doing the ceremonies, the swearing in before a judge, but with social distancing limitations. They'll also start doing naturalization interviews, which have been on hold for most of the country, on June 16th, with social distancing limitations as a priority. No other interviews with start dates have been planned. No appointments at the field office of fingerprinting. So, but it gives you an idea about what's going to be happening, hopefully, in our area. But at least we know now that they're moving ahead in Los Angeles, and they're moving ahead with naturalization ceremonies and interviews. And so I'm exchanging information with people across the country every day. And so at least I know what's going on everywhere else, and it can be helpful for our practice in New York to know what's going on. So I think this is probably going to happen in New York soon. We don't have a date for New York. And as I say, we talked about the email that I got from the field office director concerning my naturalization case. And she says they're still working at home, which is interesting. So at least work is being done, and they come in and pick up files and go back. I think the date for immigration to start is somewhere the beginning of June, but that could be changed. We're not sure what's going to happen, but communication with government offices is one of my priorities. When USCIS are going to be opening, one of my priorities, and we will keep you informed on what's going on and when USCIS is opening.
And the other thing that I want to talk about here quickly is you talk about the naturalization interviews, which is extremely important. And it's an election year. I want to put that in there. It is an election year. And folks out there who know that they can file for their citizenship, now is the time to reach out to PPID to help you where that is concerned. So please, we implore you to reach out to the firm, PPID, ask them about, naturalizing, getting that citizenship. So this way you can vote this year. And with the pandemic and everything that's going on, you need to get it done now. So the number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Nelson, you look like you wanted to say something.
Yeah. Alan is also, Alan, aren't you on the liaison committee?
Yes, I'm on a lot of liaison committees, but the most important one is
I'm sorry, what is the liaison committee?
Liaison committee is the Immigration Lawyers Association, meets periodically with government offices, and they meet periodically with USCIS, where we meet with them before the pandemic started, we met with them in person. So we would go to 26 Federal Plaza, and there'd be a small group of people, immigration officers and immigration lawyers, and we would talk about common problems. Now this will probably be done on Zoom, but liaison meetings are really important because you get to see and talk to the head people and give your questions and get answers from them. So that's the big liaison. I'm on a lot of other liaison committees for AILA, but this is the most important one. There's also one with ICE. I'm on that one too. There's a whole bunch of liaison committees, but liaison is really important between the lawyers and the government.
Gotcha. All right, once again, folks, Cruising with a Case Handler, right here with Alan Kaye, our guest today on the show. You've heard from Nelson Madrid, you've heard from Conrad Pollock, and we're going to switch it over now from immigration to personal injury so Adam can just expound a bit, and then when we come back, we'll get into the immigration questions. Adam?
Yeah, thanks so much. So listen, we said earlier in the show, we're still able to be very effective in the personal injury department here at Pollock Isaac DeSico. In fact, as Conrad knows, some of the best moments I have at work are running into his office, shutting his door, and start jumping up and down after I just settled a big case. And he'll verify that I actually do that. And I wonder what people actually in the hallway think when an attorney runs into another attorney's office, shuts the door, and all of a sudden they hear screaming. Those are great moments. I get such a thrill when I'm able to get a big settlement for a client on either a difficult case or a case in which the client is just really, as I'm sure you would say, David, moshed up, just hurting. And that's how I know justice has been served. Like I said earlier, the civil system here in the United States of America provides for one remedy only, and that's monetary compensation. And I let juries know that, when I come selecting a jury in a personal injury case, I may just go right at them and say, my name is Adam Handler. I'm an attorney. I represent the plaintiff, Joe Smith in this case, and we're asking for money, because that's what it's all about. And it's taboo. I know nobody likes talking about it, but that's the only remedy available to my clients, and that's what we fight for. And we're good at doing it. We've obtained millions and millions and millions of dollars over the years for our clients, still doing it in the midst of this pandemic, still doing it with the inability to actually walk physically into a courtroom, with my nice suit on and my briefcase and be able to express why my client needs full compensation for their injuries, for their medical bills, time out of work, and pain and suffering. So we're doing it over the phone now, or we're doing it in this format, Zoom. I've had depositions in the same format that we're doing this right now, that the other people on this Zoom are the witnesses. We have a court reporter in one box, we have the defense attorney in another box, and either we have my witness, my client in another box, or the defendant themselves in another box. And we ask questions just as we would do in person or at trial. Like, can you please tell me what road you were traveling down at 8:30 a.m. on September 5th, 2019? Or can you identify the damage depicted in this photograph as the damage sustained in your car in this accident? And we share our screen just in the same way that we share the screen when we show the big settlements. So the work is evolving. We're evolving with it. Thank God I'm able to be technically savvy with this kind of stuff, and my associate Matthew Goodstein even more so. But there are attorneys out there that may not be able to to handle this new format, and that's unfortunate for them because it's kind of like the future and the way of the world, and they may get left behind. But for all the case handler clients out there, you should rest easy knowing, or the people listening out there that are not my clients, and hopefully you won't be my clients because that means you got injured. But if you are, then we will happily help you. But you should rest assured that we're going to be doing everything we need to do to make sure that one choice of attorney pays off for you. Because we always say, and I'll repeat it again, one chance, one choice. Your case handler team should be exactly who you need to call if, God forbid, you're ever in that terrible situation. We don't hang out at the emergency rooms. We don't hang out at the scene of the accident. Doctors aren't making referrals to our offices. We play by the rules, and that's why we are successful. When you cheat, you will cheat all around. And if you're a lawyer cheating on getting clients, I guarantee you that lawyer is going to be cheating their client as well. And I'm saying that right now. If you want an attorney that plays by the rules from the very beginning and is still able to get you that unbelievable result that you and your family deserve, you'll have the number saved. God forbid you ever need it, but one less thing to worry about. And that's 844-774-3529 or 844-PPID-LAW. And I also will remind you, and I don't do this enough, I don't care who you are, what you're doing here, what your status is, whether you're from Mexico or the moon, you are absolutely entitled to money under the law, and we will fight to make sure you get that. I don't give a damn if you're here illegally, in status, out of status.
Your race, your creed, your color, your religion, your sexual orientation.
Don't matter to me. The only color that matters to me in personal injury cases is what, David?
Green.
Exactly.
Green.
That's the only color I care about in personal injury cases is green. And of course, I have this wonderful team of immigration attorneys that will be able to assist me and assist you with your immigration needs if somehow that comes into play when we're litigating your personal injury case.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Handler, the case handler, we also refer to him as the shark because of how aggressive he can be with insurance companies and making sure that you get the maximum compensation. Do call the number and store the number, 844-774-3529. Pay us that compliment by letting the number ring for about 10, 15 seconds. So we here can know that you're truly storing the number for yourself and passing it on to your friends, your families, and like I always say, your foes. The number is 844-774-3529. Jumping into immigration questions. Let's switch back to immigration now. All right. And we had a few questions from yesterday, so I don't want to get beat up by people who accost me from time to time, via text and also, of course, via emails, all right, and Facebook. All right, from yesterday, it says here, my sister is going to be a citizen in 2 years, but my mother needs 4 years to become a citizen to file for my married siblings. Should we file F4 after my sister becomes U.S. citizen or wait for my mother to become a U.S. citizen? And I'm reading verbatim here, guys. So
I would do both. I would get the fourth preference petition going. Yes, it's going to take a long time. Obviously, this person's done their homework. For a fourth preference petition, but between siblings, it could take 10, 15 years. But I would get that going. And when her mom becomes a citizen, I'd get that petition going as well. You can file as many cases, as many petitions as you like. Whichever one happens first is the one that counts.
Absolutely. And that's Conrad Pollack, the maestro, responding to that question, ladies and gentlemen. Do remember to reach out to him at 844-774-3529. That's for your immigration help. 844-774-3529. And also do remember, do not consider what it is that you're hearing on this show, okay, as legal advice. You actually need to go in, see the attorney, sit down with them, and then talk with them about your case in person, privately and confidentially. Once again, Cruising with a Case Handler, 844-774-3529, respectively, personal injury and immigration. Let's get to the second question here. Currently in America, on the ESTA visa stamp, which is due to expire May 27th, Okay, I am hoping to extend a further 30 days as there are no flights out. Does anybody know the process, likelihood of them extending, please?
It's possible to get an extension. We've done it in a number of times. It's case by case, but we've been successful in getting 30-day extensions and maybe sometimes beyond that. So the idea is that it takes some doing, it takes some contacts with Customs and Border Protection, but the answer is it is possible. It can be done. We can do it.
And if I could just add in, in normal times, pre-pandemic and hopefully post-pandemic times, there is no extension of ESTA. You come out on ESTA, you get your 90 days, you go home. And there's no extension. There's really very little that you could do in those situations. And in fact, again, in normal times, pre-pandemic, if you come on an ESTA and you overstay your 90 days, you lose that ESTA. You can never use that program again. So they're really strict on that. However, as Alan just mentioned, right now it is possible to extend if you have a very good reason. You need compelling reasons to do it. But and I've said this previously. I haven't talked about it lately, but I've said it previously. The government, if there is one area in which the Immigration Service has been somewhat more lenient than usual, it is with regard to extensions of late. They're aware that it's hard to get flights out, or that it's difficult to travel or whatever. So extensions have been granted, and as I said, with ESTA visas, ESTA status, it is possible now.
Absolutely. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, respectively, Alan Kaye, Conrad Pollock, responding to that question in reference to ESTA right here on Cruising with a Case Handler, personal injury and immigration, respectively, ladies and gentlemen. Love my new favorite word, respectively. All right. But call him at 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Let's get back to the WhatsApp here. I came here on a tourist visa 5 months ago. My wife is a green card holder. We just received the I-130 receipt number. If I overstay here 6 months, am I out of status? I cannot go back because of the virus. Thank you.
His wife should become a citizen ASAP. Yes, he's out of status. If he overstays, filing I-130 changes nothing. But once his wife's a U.S. citizen, he can file for adjustment of status in the United States regardless of his illegal status. His wife needs to be a citizen.
Just to add, though, depending on when that I-130 was filed, Alan, I'm sure you were going to talk about this. Yep. That may be an issue because when you enter as a visitor, it's supposed to be temporary in nature. So if you enter as a visitor and file an I-130 a month later, that's right. You may have a problem.
Serious problem. That's a good catch.
You had intent. Yep. And that's not good. You're not supposed to have intent when you come into the country on a visitor's visa. You're supposed to be visiting. As
I've said previously, the law always presumes that any people coming to the United States are presumed immigrants. It's up to the person to demonstrate to the consulate or to immigration otherwise. If they're coming as a visitor, they need to prove that they're coming as a visitor, meaning that they have contacts back in their country. They're just coming to the United States for something temporary, a wedding, an operation, whatever. That they're able to provide someone's able to provide them with financial support while they're here. They're not going to seek employment. Everybody, the law presumes everyone coming to the U.S. is an intending immigrant. The applicant has to demonstrate otherwise. This person, depending on when he filed for that I-130, he may very well have got caught in that trap.
Absolutely. And one thing, and we need to talk about it, sometime, is the fact that there's a lot of ignorance surrounding certain visas. The visitor's visa is the one I'm talking about right now. People actually come to the border, and when asked by the immigration officer, why are you coming to the country? And they said, well, I'm coming to work. I mean, people actually do that. I know people who have done that, and I'm quite sure that you guys have heard of that case before. All right? It's like, yeah, I'm going to work. And it's just amazing, and there's so much ignorance around it, and we actually need to let people understand the reason why you get a tourist visa, and it's just bizarre. And also the fact that the Customs and Border Patrol, they can actually take your phone right there at the border, go through it, see the text, see the employer or potential employer, all of this. So people need to understand more about it. We'll talk more about that one day on the show because there's a lot that we need to clear up so people clearly understand. But what I want to say, we just went through a couple of questions, and before I get to the next one, I know a lot of people are asking their questions, but please, for God's sake, don't try to do all of this yourself. It is not simple. If you thought it was simple before, it is ridiculously complicated now to file your own case. Get the free consultation from PPID and then hire them. Make sure you do that. It's extremely important. All right. Let me get to another question here now. This one is from today. It says, does the green card process continue in the background when my I-140 is approved? I had to leave the US in August 2019 as my H-1B extension petition got rejected and I had to travel back to my home country. I don't even know what that I-140 is.
Well, first of all, just because the H-1B has got rejected, we want to find out why it was rejected, because we may try to file a motion to reconsider to try to change that rejection into an approval. But basically, you don't want to overstay because it could affect your green card case. So if you overstay too long, you're going to be barred from coming back to the United States. Even when you're ready to get your green card, you could be barred for 3 years or 10 years. So we need more information about why the H-1 was denied and whether it's possible to change that denial into an approval. But we need more.
Also squeeze, I-140 is a visa petition. The I-140 is the equivalent of the I-130. I-130 is a visa petition filed by a family member. I-140 is a visa petition filed by an employer. They both have the same intention, getting a person a green card. So this person filed an I-140, left the country. Now, assuming he didn't overstay too long and everything else is clean, the answer to his question is yes, the green card application process will continue. Depends on what his category is, what his priority date is. Depends also, does his employer still want him to come to the United States to work for him? If he left the country a year ago, let's say, which it sounds like what
right, almost a year. Mm-hmm.
His employer might have moved on.
Yep.
Or the employer might have, if it's a restaurant, for instance, they might be closed.
Exactly, considering what's going on now. Right.
If the company is shut down, or if the employer doesn't want that person to work for him anymore, he got tired of waiting, he's not coming.
Right.
Right? He's not going to get his green card. In order to get a green card in an employment-based case, there has to be an intention on the part of the employee to undertake and continue full-time permanent employment, and there has to be an intent on the part of the employer to have that person work on a full-time permanent basis. Both.
There you go. And once again, folks, the number is 844-774-3529. You heard from Conrad. You heard from Alan. You heard from, of course, Nelson. Dial the number 844-774-3529. And don't forget, if and when you get hurt in an accident, you also need that same number to speak with the case handler. And the number, once again, is 844-774-3529. All right, here's, and I do appreciate, Conrad, that you are explaining the visas as we go along. We should never take for granted that people understand what all these numbers and these visa numbers are. Here's one that says, can my mother get a B2 visa and come to the United States to attend my graduation? When her brother, my uncle, already filed Form I-130 sibling petition for her.
It's still possible to get the visa, but it doesn't help the fact that she's now an intending immigrant. But the case, that line is so long that as long as she can demonstrate to the consul that she's coming temporarily, she's going to be going back, she has ties back home. And yes, the visa petition was filed for me, but it may take 10, 15, 20 years for the visa to be ready. I just want to come and visit. If the consul believes the story, she can still get a visitor's visa.
Yeah, but let me throw, Alan, not to step on your toes here, but coming for graduation, everything I've been hearing, all the graduations I've been hearing about are on Zoom. So I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I think she's trying to pull one on the I was just thinking, pull one on the what's happening right now.
I would probably try to find a better reason to come to the United States, because constantly would say, what do you mean graduation? Just go on Zoom. You can see the graduation right outside my office.
All right. As a matter of fact, I mean, there is a ban on certain traveling right now, right? In reference to DT, Donald Trump.
Yes. Yep. Not for non-immigrant visas, and not for temporary visas, for the most part.
that could be extended to ban non-immigrant visas also. That is maybe in the offering. So we're keeping an eye on that.
Okay.
Yeah, as I squeeze, as I've been saying, the Trump's ban was a 60-day ban, and I believe we're about right. We're actually, I think we're 30 days in, and so they're supposed to review it every 60 days. I can pretty much assure everyone out there the ban is going to be continued. That's for sure. I mean, I'd be shocked if it's lifted. That's number one. Number two, as Alan just mentioned, there's a lot of indicators out there right now that the ban is going to be extended to other types of visas. There's a lot of discussion, a lot of argument about it right now. We don't know yet, but there's a very good chance that the ban is going to be extended to other temporary work visas. So we'll see soon.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that's where we're going to end our show today. It's always great to do the show with 4 attorneys. Okay, wonderful show. It's a pleasure having the general, as we refer to him, ladies and gentlemen. Alan E. Kaye, a man who has the links, a man who has the connections, okay, with, of course, the respective bodies within immigration, the Department of Homeland Security, all right, to reach out and find out, hey, what's going on? Hey, can this happen? Can that happen? And I do respect that, okay, that the law firm PPID, has such a unique individual on board in, of course, assisting you, the clients out there, to get quicker results, better results. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome. However, this is the firm that you should choose when you need immigration help. Also,
hey, please, if I could just stop you for a second, I want to just plug tomorrow. We have one of our associates coming on, and Shrudi's going to be talking about citizenship and fraud. The anti-fraud unit that the Immigration Service created specifically to go after people that haven't told the truth on their naturalization applications and the things they need to be aware about. Which
that's an important show. That's an important show, especially for those people who have made the mistake of doing it on their own, and may not intentionally have committed fraud. So I think we should promote that show very heavily on social media and have everybody tune in. That's an excellent point, Conrad.
Here's a final question. This one just came in. I've been married to an American citizen since 2013, but USCIS keeps putting me on pending condition, not even a green card, just a I-551 stamp every 6 months for the last 7 years. What can I do?
Got to call the general.
well, you could also file a federal lawsuit because obviously your case has been pending for a long time. Typically, when you sue them, which is an option, you typically get an answer within 6 months. Now, obviously, it's not cheap to sue the federal government, but it is an option, and it's a way to get an answer typically within 6 months.
Call the general.
Call PPID, 844-774-3529. Immigration help. You need one firm, ladies and gentlemen, and that is PPID, 844-774-3529. And also, if you ever get hurt, period, okay, you need to call, Adam Handler, the case handler. And I'm not talking about you burning your finger in the kitchen, or maybe I am. I've heard Alan talk about those cases, all right, with the stove, all right? That's a very interesting case with that stove. The landlord is wheeling the stove out when they're coming back there. So once again, if you get hurt in an accident, it's extremely important that you reach out to the same firm, and that's PPID, and ask for the case handler, Adam Handler, 844-774-3529. Before we go, before we end the show, I'm asking everyone, still share this page right now so someone can actually hear the immigration question, hear Adam Handler talking about the true success story, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, you can have the evidence that these attorneys are phenomenal attorneys. With that said, we must remind you, this has been an attorney advertisement. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome, but based on what you heard, who you want to go with? Who are you going to call? PPID, all right? 844-774-3529. And if you call now, I guarantee you a free off-the-air phone consultation, but you got to call now. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Man, all of these interview and radio and everything has changed. Look at us. We're all here doing this on a screen. Life was really changed. Thank you so much, gentlemen. It's been great. Conrad, I'll let you take us out with your keyboard.
Sure.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The maestro, Conrad Pollock, the managing partner of the firm, taking us out. With that said, thank you so much for joining. Tomorrow, check us out, 8:30 a.m., 93.5 WVIP FM, EST, of course, and also right here on Facebook. David Squeezanic's page, the Case Handlers page, and PPID's page. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thanks, everybody.